Hello everybody and welcome to another NASCAR Heat 5 career mode video. Today we're going to be starting off at the Jefferson Dirt Road Course, which is, like I said last time we raced here, very interesting concept, and I'm not great at it. So let's see if we can get a better finish so we can keep our playoff hopes alive. It'll only be 3 laps long, this says, which will mean usually just 1 lap per stage. So we will get through this very quickly, even though it's a very long track. We are 11th in the normal standings so far, and we have 3 more races, including this race, until the playoffs start. So we need to get good finishes fast. Let's get a view of the track quick. That is near the end of the track. That's the, I think, turn 1 that it just showed. As for I'm going to go get into practice, and we hit our goal twice, which is not usual for Jefferson for me. So hopefully we get a great qualifying session, and maybe are able to score points today. Qualifying is always harder than practice, though, so we'll see how we do, as our goal is, or the qualifying position is insanely high. So we're going to get started now as we almost hit the wall going across the start-finish line. We're going to dive down into turn 1 here, down onto the grass, and slow down a lot for turn 2. As we get into the outside grass this time, it's going to make our run down to turn 3. This one is a pretty easy turn. It's just like a normal turn you would find on just an oval track, except a right-hander. This I take flat out, this little chicane. I take flat out as I just hit the inside grass there, slow down a lot here, and set myself up perfectly for the drag strip area. We're gonna fly down this and brake hard and take that corner almost perfectly, but we hit the grass a little bit on the outside, out of the exit of the corner, and take the take this turn also flat out. So we're gonna take that turn pretty well, as you didn't see it very well. You can't take this one flat out, as you're gonna have to let off a bit before you get into it. Last turn here, we're gonna take the best line we can, but we make heavy contact with the wall, and we will qualify in 21st, which I believe is better than what we did last season in both races. We are starting 2 positions behind our teammate in Terrence Russell, which means we should be starting behind him as we move up a position before the race, because we will see. So, Hugh Ackerman is our friend, Greg Willis is our rival, and Matthew Day had to replace his transmission before the race, so we get to move up a position before the start.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready here.
So we are green here in Jefferson for the first race of 2 in this season. We're going to make contact with our teammate Russell as we're going to start this first lap, and make contact with the 04 car of Scott, and he starts spinning and he goes around. That will probably end up finishing our stage. I make slight contact with him, and going into the next corner, he fully spins out, which is a bad thing I don't like about this game, where if you make contact with the dirt drivers, they will just spin out on the next corner. But that will help us. We do gain 2 positions before that, and we're starting in the inside of Russell as we go green for the second stage already here in Jefferson. This is already going off to a better start than this time last season, when we DQ'd, well, not DQ'd, but DNF'd on the first lap of the race, and Russell's getting really loose after slight contact. So we're going to dive bomb this corner to get side by side with Anderson here. With 3 wide for 15th now as Russell pulls away, but we're going to take this flat out like I said before. But sometimes I have to slow down so I don't make heavy contact with the other drivers here. As I think is that the 64 or the 54, I can't tell, is battling us for 17th right now. Anderson gets loose also, going down the dragway here, as we're going to brake for this. The only time we have to brake in this, really, in this course, is we're going to take that corner very cleanly. As the 64 goes up the inside of us again, that is Ryan. and he takes 16th position away from us as me and the 36 make contact, and the 36 goes around.
No
You
points
can
back
see him in my
there.
mirror there,
Plenty
and
of
they'll
racing
end
left.
the stage. We gain 1 position, and we finish in 17th. We really need to gain positions if we are going to have a chance at scoring points this race. Starting on the outside this time, which isn't terrible because
All right, be smart out
the
there.
first corner
All right,
is
you're coming to the green.
it thinks it's a right-hander here, but really it's a left-hander when you get farther
All
up.
right, I need a few more
So we are going to fall back a position though, or no, keep our position, but
all clear.
never mind. We're gonna fall back, and we're gonna dive down the inside of Kate, make contact with her a little bit, as we're gonna go down the outside of Matthew Day here. We're gonna take the outside line through this corner. Hopefully nobody goes down the inside of us, as we're gonna cross over, try it at least. As we're gonna take a little bit of a shallower line through the S's here. So I'm gonna go entirely through the grass through this section, and we go out and make contact with the 04 and heavy into the wall. No caution, so we're just gonna have to back this up and get back racing. That will probably end our race unless a miracle happens where there is a caution in the next few seconds. It would have to be. We have, I believe that is engine damage, so we will either way not be going as fast as we were before, as we're going to try to catch up as best as we can, but we are going to score no points today. Probably. As you can see, there's the arrow light on down at the bottom because we made heavy contact with the wall. I'm surprised we didn't DNF from that like we did last season, but we're going to have to start this final lap and act like it's a qualifying or practice lap because there is nobody around us. Let's try to show off our speed, even though our engine's a little bit damaged, and the arrow. We take this corner pretty cleanly as we don't even touch the grass at exit. So we're going to go down the first longer straightaway. So we're going to take the inside line through this corner, but we slide out, which that was not a great turn. Just going to take this flat out, like I said before, but hopefully not make contact with the wall out there. I can see it on the left. We are going to not do it, but maybe we are. We're going to slide out a bit and make slight contact with it. That wall is our enemy. As we are going to come around the drag strip for the final time today. We go down flat out this corner here as we're almost catching up to Gomez, I believe that is. Which would be great if we could, but there's no chance we can as we get really loose coming off that corner and make contact with the outside wall, and that will definitely kill off our chances of maybe even just getting 23rd. And take this flat out, barely miss the inside wall there, come around the final turn, and we will finish in 24th here in Jefferson. Terrible finish for this race, as we may need a win now to make it to the playoffs. We were so far behind there, because I think that was Cobb instead of Gomez that were in front of us. As we only gained $1,000 on guilty, no fans are going to like me after I almost ran into somebody, spun out, got hit, and went into the outside left side wall. There's the 04 going around early in the race, which, I mean, the game thinks it was my fault, probably, but he got loose about a yard after I touched him. This game's dirt physics aren't the greatest. As we see these point standings here, I am in 12th, but I'm probably even lower down in the actual championship standings. So we're going to need a lot of stage points, a lot of points, or even just a win to get into the playoffs. We gained actually 1 fan, bringing our total up to 66, which is interesting. Was not expecting to gain 1 from finishing 24th, but it is what it is. We have a newsletter, and yes, that is correct. Very bad day for us. Very bad day. As I believe next week we're going to another track that I'm not great at, which is the Fanatec Fairgrounds. Let me make sure And yes, it is. We're going to the Mountain Dew 100 at the Fanatec Fairgrounds. And I believe it had a different name in NASCAR Heat 4, but it is the same track that I am terrible at. We are 57 points out, which this says I don't technically need a win yet, but it would help a lot just to get one, especially since it'd be our first win. We just need to catch up to Eric Wright here, maybe finish ahead of him here in the fairgrounds, but that may not be possible because if you look at last season, I do not do great at this track. I'm gonna go through practice. I hit my goal 3 times, but that may not be enough for qualifying if we want to get out of the bottom 5. As we're going to get our lap started here in the fairgrounds, as we're going to take the inside line through every single one of these corners. It's more of a flat oval, flat Bristol basically, almost like a, I mean, it's not really Martinsville. Martinsville's probably smaller, so we're going to almost hit the grass, and we do hit the grass through turns 3 and 4. We're going to try to finish our time and hit our goal, but we don't. Not very far off of it, though, as we will finish qualifying in 23rd. Terrible qualifying effort there, but we do make up a lot of positions during the race, so hopefully that can help us out. This says our goal position is 20th, but we definitely need more. We need a lot more if we want to make it to the playoffs. Our teammate Terrence Russell is doing good. That's good to see. Ryan Foster doesn't look good, and Leslie Gomez wins the pole. As we're going to get started here in Fanatec, finish our pace laps, and get ready to go green here in the fairgrounds. We're going to immediately try to dive down the inside of Eric Wright there, who is actually who we need to catch up to if we want to make it to the playoffs, as we make contact with Ryan going through turn 2. We're all the way up to 19th already from starting in 23rd, as we're going to dive down the inside of Kate. Here, we're going to go down the inside, like I said, through turn 4, and we're going to almost get the pass on Anderson there in the 36th, and get the 17th position from him. And hopefully keep our position here in this stage, but we're going to try to cut off Wright here, so we're going to battle for 17th with him. Is he going to go down the inside of us? As we're going to block him, but make contact. He makes contact and pushes us up the track. We're going to battle side by side for 17th, coming to the final lap of the stage. Already catching up to my teammate Brock here, so we're going to go down the inside, almost make contact with our teammate Brock, because we're going to obviously stay in 18th, because Wright is making up a lot of positions. We're going to dive bomb our teammate in the 33, and we will finish in 16th for the stage. Cody Brock finishes just behind us, as he almost passed us at the end of that lap, as obviously no pit, we did not get any damage there, as we're going to start our second stage coming up in a second. We are about to go green in Fanatec for the second time. And it's fall right behind Eric Wright here, so we're going to go follow behind him. He is a fast car, so if we follow behind him, we will probably be able to get up near the front as we go through turn 4 and already catching up to our rival in the 12 of Willis. Almost made contact with him coming off of turn 2. He's going to stay ahead of us, though, as we're going to stay in 15th at the moment. Going to go down the inside, though, almost make up ground on Wright and pass Willis at the same time, and we will finish stage 2 in 14th, with Greg Willis giving us a bump to show us his displeasure at the end. No pit, obviously, didn't mean to hit that. Going to be starting out of outside of our rival for this race, but who we need to catch up in the playoffs. Eric Wright, as we are green for the final stage in the fairgrounds. Make contact with Wright, and as he gets really loose going into turn 1, as he goes really wide, maybe that's a result of that, is going to make a pass on him, but Willis makes a pass on us. And it swerved to block Wright, as we're going to go down the inside of Willis to take 13th from him. Maybe we can get as maybe just a point from finishing 10th at the end of this race. We're going to follow behind our friend here in Ackerman is we're going to make a pass on the 77 car. Already up to 12th in this stage as we're going to go down the inside, try to block Eric Wright, but we go wide, and he's going to be able to get down the inside of us. So we're going to battle across the line again, just like we did a few laps ago. And go on the outside of him as we're going to pass or get 3 wide with Matthew Day, but no, we don't, but he goes 2 wide. They're battling ahead of us. We're going to try to dive bomb both of them going into turns 3 and 4 as we're going to pass Matthew Day on the inside here, but we make contact with him, and he keeps the position. And go down the inside again, but I think that'll be our pass made, but no, we dive bomb too hard. You're correct, mate. The pass on us makes the switch over as the 77 goes by us again. We're going to stay on the outside this time, not try anything too aggressive. Try to stay behind Hunter here, as we're going to come to start the penultimate lap of the race. We're going to go down the inside, make contact with Wright, going into turn 1, as we're going to be 3 wide for 11th, with Hunter going down the inside of both of us. We're down the inside again. Eric Wright has stayed with us the entire race as we're going to move the battle up to 10th as we are catching up to Lulu Cobb, our battle is now for 10th as Eric Wright is nowhere to be seen in my mirror as we start the final lap here in the fairgrounds. There's the Ferris wheel in the back. They're getting a great view of this battle. So we're going to dive down on the inside, try to keep our point. We need this point. Even though it won't do much, we still need it as we're going to come around to finish the race in 10th. We gained 13 positions through the race, but that definitely won't be enough to get us into the playoffs. We will almost need a win next week in Richmond if we want to make it to the playoffs. We gained, let's see how much money we gained. We gained almost $1,500, which is solid. But if we ever wanted to start our own team, but we don't. We just need to make our way up through the ranks faster than we are right now. Tony Stewart with the fastest lap, as we are going to go back to our shop here, as we gained 3 fans that time, bringing our total up to 69. Nice. As we're going finished in 10th, so that's solid. As we're going to go, like I said, to Richmond next week, which is a track I'm solid at in the dirt, but not so much in the pavement. But we will need, like I said earlier, we need a lot to progress. We are 75 points out now, so we really need to catch up to Roy Wood it is this time. We'll see if we are lucky going into the last race of the regular season, which is the 9th race of the season, the Armor Chili 80 at Richmond. That will be it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.